Hi everyone, you're about to listen to the Carpooling Podcast. If you want, you can subscribe to the channel and get your weekly show on YouTube. Or go to iTunes and listen to it wherever you travel. Enjoy the episode.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the greatest podcast ever. So we are your hosts, D-Train and D-Train, Kristopher Lloyd.
You gotta listen to one or two. It was just classic. I shit my pants.
Real nice, thick, dark, the way I like it. Was your ass hurt the next day?
Fuck no, man. My ass is made of fucking steel.
I'm ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest podcast ever from a Chevy Cobalt. It is the Carpooling Podcast. We are your hosts, D-Train and Kristopher Lloyd.
Welcome
back, everybody. Hey, buddy.
Was that a commercial? Did we have a commercial?
No, this is a new episode.
All right. What's
Tuesday's
up?
always new episode.
Okay, so
Because it's almost like the guaranteed day.
Okay, yeah.
So it's almost always a new episode.
All right, they're waiting for their juicy
Yeah.
episode, right?
And then Thursday's the halfway point.
Yeah.
And it's weird because there's a shift sometimes. Like, we'll be talking, which, I mean, sometimes it's not that bad. Or bad at all, I should say. But, we could be talking about video games the whole episode, like last episode.
Oh, we were?
For the first half. And then the second half, completely other stuff. And just not as enthusiastic, I would say. But not in a bad way.
So
and
what, that's the Thursday?
That was Thursday last week. So the halfway point of last episode.
So we're tired by Thursday, man.
I know.
That's the end of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you people listening don't even notice it, but I notice it.
You know.
Yeah, I know, but it's still good.
Yeah.
So today, I think I picture locked that movie.
All right.
Or the series,
Well,
yeah.
fucking show me.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
watching it tonight, man, somehow.
I left it at work.
Oh, you
It's on my
bastard.
hard drive at work.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna send it out to Nathan, since he was starring it, and let him see it.
All right.
But he's not. I highly doubt he's gonna have any notes. Be like, please change this, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, shut up.
No.
Nathan." You see all these statues above my wall? Yeah, it stays the way it does.
Well, your Grammys and fucking
Yeah.
Oscars and shit?
Yeah.
Will you act eventually?
Would I act?
Yeah, like...
I don't know. Probably not. I get too giddy.
Oh, okay.
I do like a little acting for like YouTube and online videos.
All right. What, will you pretend to be something that you're not? Like,
Yeah,
sad
like a
or happy
performer.
or- Oh, okay.
And happy.
All right, cool.
Like not really acting, like you know how it is, like a
Yeah.
presentation and shit. But maybe if somebody came up to me, like I've read books and shit on acting.
Oh, cool.
So,
What do they say?
just to not overact. It's better to, and when in doubt, make the other actor look good. That's your goal.
How do you do that?
So like if you're doing like just by listening to them and talking to them, looking in their eyes.
Oh, like they're doing good. Like you're really fucking like in the
Yeah,
moment with
yeah,
them?
exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So like if you think you're having a bad performance, that's what they like. All the books I've read have always said. Well, then if you think you're doing a shitty job or you are doing a shitty job, your job that from then on, when you realize that, is to make the other actor look better.
But why would you do that? Isn't acting sort of a competition in a way?
I guess it is and it isn't. But when you're on a movie together, everybody's main goal of a movie is to make the best possible movie that they can. So if your performance is suffering, you might start bringing the other actor down, and then in turn the whole movie will suffer. But if your acting is suffering and you notice and you can make the other actor perform better or look better, then the movie, will kind of balance itself out.
Right.
And plus you'll get like, people will be like, well, he was an awesome person to work with. I had a great time. He made me look awesome. He was a pleasure to work with, like the other actor. So if you're doing that with like Leo and he says that, then you're going to get other work.
Because that's where I was getting at. Like, isn't that whole, like, the Reverend, isn't like Tom Hardy and him trying to get the same fucking award?
No,
Oh,
I think Leo is the star, and then Tom Hardy is the supporting.
Okay.
So there's different like categories if you go award style like that.
All right.
But if you listen, man, like actors are like a weird bunch, man. Like even just filmmaking in general, like everybody know, like you'll go up against the same person all the time, getting the same role, And a lot of the times they don't even care if you don't, like, if they don't get it. And
Because
say,
you're their friend or something?
yeah, you're like friends, and it's like, you know, it's a cutthroat business, and you can't get every part. You know what I mean? Like, you're not perfect for every part.
Yeah.
So.
Unless you're that guy they got to play Genghis Khan.
Who's that?
John Wayne.
Oh, John Wayne. Classic
And
John
like,
Wayne. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It's like the biggest joke still in history. Like,
Yeah.
They didn't put he didn't even change his accent.
Nah.
Like, nothing.
Yeah. He's like the cowboy, Genghis Khan. Yeah.
It's so fun.
I've never seen that movie.
Me neither. But the snippets are like
Yeah,
priceless.
hilariousness.
Yeah.
I have to check it out. It's kind of like the movie Samurai Cop. You ever hear that?
Is that crazy one?
Well, it's like a low-budget movie made in the 90s.
Is there like a
the
dinosaur
internet
is there and everything?
shit. No, that's Kung Fury.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
I'm
that
thinking.
movie's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, that's a short movie on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And it first came out on YouTube. Yeah, that movie's hilarious. It's not that. But it's kind of like that. Like, before that was, like, hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they tried to make a serious movie, like the director. And it
was
just
so
turned
bad
out.
it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, it was just horrible. And it turned into a cult classic. And I think they made a second one, to be honest. Which, I don't know how it goes. I just watched an interview with the actor. Check it out, Samurai Cop. It's pretty hilarious. You've probably already seen clips from YouTube.
Well,
Just without knowing.
Is he a
Is there
cop
actually-
that he's a samurai? Like, basically? Obviously?
No, he's just like a regular cop. And then one time in the whole movie, spoiler everybody, he gets in a sword fight. But that's
Okay.
it. It's like a ripoff of Lethal Weapon, like a buddy cop movie.
Oh, okay.
But shot on videotape in the early 90s. So these aren't like the cameras I've been using. Like, these are like legit fucking videotape cameras. Like, you can tell a huge difference.
Okay.
Right? Like, it's not movie quality at all.
Damn.
And it's pretty amateurish. And but it's hilarious. Like, a lot of voices are like overdubbed, and like the person will be overdubbed talking, and then like you'll hear the volume go down and like cut off because he didn't like that word, and then come back in. So like it's just like no noise at all, the guy's mouth moving, and then come back in with another word. Just pure ridiculous. Like, you can't believe, like, you would think that this guy made this as a joke.
Yeah.
Okay?
Has he made anything since?
I don't think so.
Oh, there you go. That's the end of that.
Yeah, but like the way that they tell the story, maybe he's dead. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't do any research on him, but the way that the actors were talking about it, like, this guy was legitly trying to make these movies. Like, he came from a different country and he was trying to make a movie in Hollywood.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those movies from other places? They're fucking, like, even at best, they're low grade. Like, in some of these places.
Like, what do you mean? Like
if you have ever seen movies that were filmed in, like, do you know how there's, like, Hollywood, Bollywood?
Yeah.
There's a few other budding little areas.
Toronto wood.
Is there?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's ones in, like, Zimbabwe and, like, different areas in India that have little sets and stuff that.
Yeah.
And they're so bad they're good, though, in a way. Like,
Right.
In a sense. Like,
People like those movies, though. Like, remember
Yeah.
when, speaking of Bollywood, what was that movie? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire movie or whatever it was? Slumdog Millionaire.
yeah.
It was like a huge push on those movies.
Oh, yeah, man.
Like, I remember reading stuff all over, like, websites for Toronto film, just like, Bollywood's coming to Toronto, make this film about Bollywood. We're working on this Bollywood movie.
Yeah. It's
And it
weird,
was just, like,
too.
singing and dancing.
You can't appropriate into Western culture because we're not going to have a movie where they stop and singing, like, not like the odd musical movie, but like every movie there's a big song and
Right.
dance choreographed thing. Like,
Right.
why does that have to be in the movie?
It's cool?
Not every time
Yeah, maybe.
for them.
Yeah, maybe they like it.
Okay.
I like it. Did you ever see Troma movies? Like, Toxic Crusader and shit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's made other movies where it was called Poultrygeist is the one I'm thinking of, and that had, like, the first half of the movie, it was a horror comedy. The first half of the movie was like a musical, random songs all the time, to the point where, like, maybe it was too much. Like,
Okay.
at first it was funny, then you're like, really? You're singing again and again? And then all of a sudden it goes to, and then it finishes, like, the last half of the movie of, like, horror comedy of, like, everybody turning into mutant chickens and fucking
okay.
killing everybody and shit.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'd like to.
Yeah, check it out, Poultrygeist. It's pretty good. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say it was, like, Oscar worthy.
That's all you can expect from it.
Yeah. Somebody who made Toxic Crusader. Which is a great movie.
I forget
Great
it too.
movie.
I remember watching it, loving it, and going out and buying the Nintendo game of it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember anything about the movie. Oh, it had all the toys too.
Yeah, they made a cartoon.
The cartoon. That's why I
Yeah.
liked it. The cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that big that it made a cartoon.
Yeah, that's why I knew it all.
Isn't that awesome? But they don't do that anymore. Like when hit movies come out, they don't make a fucking cartoon series of it.
Yeah,
Like
they used to.
Ghostbusters. They did it all the time. Ace Ventura, Ghostbusters.
You remember when
Aladdin? I mean, that's kind of
Did
cheesy,
they?
but yeah, there was Aladdin. Like Disney had like on their Disney Channel back in the day, it was like all their movies were like TV shows as well.
Oh, cool.
Like Timon and Pumbaa had their own show, and
All those-
Aladdin.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Little Mermaid had one. I think
Damn.
there was a bunch. Like they were all like episodic shows.
Fuck, I liked it. Like that's why, like Pixar versus Disney.
Yeah.
Pixar won't have a song. Disney will have a song.
Yeah, right.
So.
But it's funny because Disney finances all Pixar's movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Disney
that.
Pixar.
I thought
It's like a
Disney.
studio
I
after
thought the
that.
guy walked out and made his own thing. Like then he got reabsorbed. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, how do you fight Disney? They'll give you more money than you can spend, so you might as well.
Yeah, well, they own pretty much the world now.
Yeah, it's a
It's-
big corporation.
Yeah, they have lots of shit.
We better get in on that Disney money.
Yeah, we gotta get something and sell it like Star Wars
You
for
gotta-
billions of dollars.
Yeah, do something and sell it to Disney.
Yeah, here you go, Disney.
Take
It's
this.
called Star Wars, the most hack joke there is.
And there's no one in it but me.
Yeah.
Masturbating.
You think that it's a porno. It's just like the top half of my head cut off, like from a computer's
Yeah.
camera, and it's just me beating off furiously for an hour and a half.
With jingles on the
Yeah.
Disney jingles in the background.
Yeah, I took some kind of drug that you can't come, so it's like my goal is to come, watching
Yeah.
as much porno as I can.
Cocaine?
Yeah, sure, cocaine works. I was gonna maybe mushrooms.
Yeah, you'd be
I
too
think mushrooms.
tripped out to
Yeah,
ejaculate.
that's true. Eyes would be all wiggly and crazy.
I don't think you'd be able to fucking masturbate. You get sidetracked by like the wall or something.
Yeah, it depends how many you eat, right?
Yeah.
And how delicious the caps are, I suppose.
Is that what they still do? I remember like, how you got your little loser weed buddy to tell you, oh, it's purple shit's the best. And
Yeah.
all this nonsense. There was a little time back in the day when they used to talk about that, like shrooms too. Oh, these caps are so blue.
Yeah.
They're so strong. Look at
Yeah.
how blue it is.
So shitty. Like not
Yeah.
shitty, like because it was actually from shit.
Right.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if I told this story on the podcast, but I remember somebody was telling me that you could get or like a skin disease from these mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that they sold us. So like, I think it was just like to trip you out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So to fuck with you, like when you're
Yes.
tripping out, which isn't a very nice thing to do.
No.
But yeah, that's like other than the regular thing, like you were saying, like, oh, these caps are the best. These are purple and fucking orange and
A
delicious.
skin disease. Why would you want that? You'd be like, no.
They just said like it's possible you can get it.
So
Like,
when you start looking and seeing movement, you look at your skin and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I got it.
yeah,
and like
you
fucking
then you have a fucking 6-hour trip out or whatever.
a horrible
5 hour,
fucking trip.
which is the complete opposite of what mushrooms are for.
Right. They don't ever do that to someone, man.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
that's
right?
the worst.
Yeah. That
They,
guy's now dead
Yeah. He
from
didn't
a
survive.
mushroom overdose. He got fucking skin disease.
I picked it off. You pick your own skin off.
Yeah, like a fucking meth addict.
Yes. That seems to be the worst drug out there right now.
Meth?
As far as like wrecking the physical appearance of people. Heroin's pretty bad too.
Yeah, I guess it all depends.
Yeah.
I heard it's really fun. I'll have to test it out
Which
someday.
one?
Both.
Oh yeah. I've seen people on intervention smoking meth.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool, like for what it's worth. Like
You're right.
It's like all this big, like milky smoke in like a big glass bowl or something, and I don't know. And what they said in the intervention was literally that this guy was gay. They would all get together, like 6 or 7, 8 guys, and they would all be in a room naked smoking meth together, and it was like orgies that would last like 8 fucking hours with people
Wow.
coming and going, and just big meth orgies.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what it said in intervention. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah. And what do you think about that?
It makes sense. If it
Yeah.
heightens the pleasure, why wouldn't you fucking do that?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
That's probably what goes on in those houses, right?
Yeah.
You know, those meth houses?
Of course.
Perfect example is Breaking Bad people. When
What happened
Jesse's girlfriend dies and he goes into that house and Walter has to go in and save him. Season 2, I believe. I think it's season 2. Go check it out.
Yeah, I should rewatch that show.
You don't remember it?
I do, but wasn't it really good? Like worth a rewatch, maybe.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's do it.
Fantastic. Yeah, watch it again, or watch a new show that you haven't seen before.
How about that new one? Have you heard of it? The one with the sword? It's like something Kingdom or Last Kingdom or it's
I don't
on
know.
Netflix. It's like a sword and shield fucking thing. Everyone's telling me to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you haven't watched it?
No, because I keep forgetting the name of it.
Right.
Every time I'm going
It's
through
not like on the list or whatever?
No, I haven't seen it. I should put it on the list.
What is it like? Usually, like those new series that come on there are like right on top.
Yeah, no, this
like
one
advertising them all the time. Is it a Netflix show?
It could possibly be American Netflix.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was watching American Netflix the other day when they kicked us out, and a big thing came on the screen saying,
You can't do it?
Yeah, we're not letting you do this anymore. It looks like you're using a different IP, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So go back to Canada.
Yeah, you never told me that, but I knew they were coming after people like that.
Yeah, because I was watching Canadian on my 1 and American on my 360. And my 1 was still going. The messages popped right up on the 360. So we reset everything. We're back to just having Canadian.
Right.
Sucks, but...
Wow. See, that was silly of you because they can tell that you're in the same room.
Yeah.
So you're fucked.
Yeah. Well, what
Since
did
you
I
have
do?
them both on at the same time.
Well, no, I had a video game on 1.
Right.
But at the same time, she gave, like, my mom uses our Netflix. Her mom uses our Netflix.
Yeah, everybody is.
So.
Yeah, no, I have yet to get that yet, but I'm waiting for it.
I could probably just get the newest code and put it right back on.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find a code and do it.
Yeah, I'm not
They are
going to.
cracking down on that, though.
I read
it's
on
going to be illegal.
Yeah, so.
Which is, I've talked to my friends about this, and I'm going to talk about it here. Which I think should happen is, okay, they're doing it. First, a little backstory. They're doing it because they have the rights. Each country has their own rights for movies, right?
Right.
So when you're paying for it for Netflix in Canada, you get the rights to those movies to watch. And then, but they can't get certain ones here. Everybody knows you can't get certain ones here. You can get certain ones in the States. So when you get the VP or whatever, you get the American one. But if, say, if they came out and said, okay, here's Canadian Netflix, you have to buy that. But if you pay another same price, $10, you on top of that, you can get American Netflix. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I would do. Other people would do. Why wouldn't you do that? That's awesome. I don't understand why, and what's the reason they can't do that? If you're as long as you're paying for your Canadian one, and then you pay again and get your American one, what difference does it make?
Yeah, why would America be happy to let out?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. They're making more money.
Yeah, who would be opposed to that?
Probably them.
Which them?
Netflix and the movie business.
But why would Netflix if you're paying them twice now?
No, I know Netflix wouldn't care, but I'm sure it comes down to contract issues where there's a beef. 'Cause there's always been a beef with contract issues going back. That's why everybody does this. Get American Netflix and shit, right?
I heard that Netflix is to counteract all this shit. They're just gonna only shoot for global licensing on every show they get.
Right.
So that way, Netflix is Netflix, and that way they don't have to fuck with us. They just have to sort their own shit out.
Yeah, but that kind of sucks. You already have such a good hold on everything that when because like say in 10 years, it's all gonna be internet-wise, right? And then you start letting go of these licensing, you're gonna lose shit. Like if you're only gonna have these global ones, like say Universal's like, I'm not giving you fucking any license for global shit.
Right.
I can only give it to you for the States because this person in Japan has the license here, so we can't give it, you can't watch it there. That seems like it's gonna hurt them in the long run. Because, in 10 years, like I said, it's probably gonna be all internet and things like this.
Right.
So whoever has the licenses is gonna be king dog.
That's true, because now look at all the things. Crackle, this, that. There's like every single company has their own.
Yeah.
Rogers is coming out with a huge one, unless they already did.
Streamio was the Rogers one.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Or not Streamio. Shomi.
That one. Yeah, that's apparently they're really going to start pushing that.
Okay, the problem with those ones are, I had Crave TV for a while because I had Bell TV. Or I still have Bell TV. But the problem with it is, I don't know, did I talk about this on the show?
I don't think so.
Well, okay, with Netflix, when you watch a show, it keeps track of where you are in the show.
Okay.
Right? Like you watch an episode, that episode finishes, It's awesome. A new one starts. But if you turn it off and then find it again and click it, it's going to start on that episode that you just finished. Like, it's going to go to the next one. Crave and the Rogers one, I've asked my mom about it because she had it. Show me. Once you finish that episode and you leave the program, it doesn't keep track of what you watched.
Oh,
and it doesn't say anything. So, like, you can say you're like 4 episodes in, you can't remember. You have to start watching every episode again to see where you are. You don't remember.
Why?
There's no way to tell.
Why? That's such a basic...
Isn't it not a basic thing that you think would be the first thing they would patch?
Maybe they patented that style.
Yeah, possibly.
Because there's a lot of weird things that are patented that other people can't do that are like so simple, and you think, like, you know how you call Kleenex, right?
Yeah.
But Kleenex is actually a brand of Kleenex, but just everyone says Kleenex. It's like one of those things where like the, what do you call it?
Band-Aid.
There's something real crazy, like, you know how you swipe your phone to unlock it?
Yeah.
Like, that's patent.
Right.
Or something fucked up, like weird things like that.
Yeah. Well, and in the new, like, it's still kind of relevant now, but there was a troll going around for podcasts who had a patent on numbering, and they were suing and asking for a monthly or yearly fee to use podcasting numbering. It was some bullshit thing. That
What's
they found
numbering?
Like, when each episode comes out, like, oh, okay, there's 59, then 50, and then 60, and then 61, like, going and, like, they had a patent on it, and they were going after all the big podcasts and suing them. And
That's
then some
fucked up.
who were big podcasts who didn't have money couldn't sue because they would throw, oh, you come at me with 10 grand, I'll come after 100 grand right there. You know, a lot of them don't have that.
Yeah, of course.
So Adam Carolla, he went after them and fought them and won. So I don't know if they do it anymore.
Man,
but
I'm glad he's...
perfect example.
Yeah, that's
know?
a perfect example. I'm glad he stopped them or tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot about patent trolls these days.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy. But, I mean, okay, if they have the patent, if Netflix has that, great. I'm trying to think of an example where another thing did that. And I've never used, like, Hulu or any other streaming services, so I don't know. So I can't answer that. But that's a good example. They could have that.
The first time I ever thought of that as the whole patent war thing was I'm playing 2 of those stupid freemium games, right? Clash of Clans and King of the Castle. I don't fucking know. 2 of them, right? And you join guilds and you're always talking to your people. Well, one, you can talk and it saves the conversation. So, like, if I come back on, I can tell what everyone's been talking about and I can go through the conversations. And the other game, which is really similar but a different company, it doesn't save it. Like, unless you're logged in at the very same second that the other guy is, which is never, you can have no communication. And that's, like, so basic. Why would they have that? And I'm thinking they must not be allowed. Like, how, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. And a few other things, too, I've noticed that are just gimmies, but they don't have them.
They don't have them on there.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it could be just these companies didn't think about doing that.
Yeah, could
and
be
they've
that.
been trying to work on it, and it's just like, it's like an unbreakable bug. Once they start putting it in, just fucks the whole thing up, right?
Yeah.
And they can't figure out how to put it in now since the whole structure is set up. Who knows? I don't know. If anybody knows, I would like to know because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it must be the same thing.
Like, it drives me nuts. Like, I found a workaway around it. Before that, like, as soon as the credits turned on, I would exit it, start a new one, and then I'd just turn it off. So when I came back in, the last episode said continue playing. And then I knew, like, if I remembered that I finished the episode, I would go to the next one.
That's good thinking.
But still, I shouldn't have to do that.
No.
And, like, if you leave the menu by accident or change the channel and you can't get the last channel, like, you have to go through, like, I would say a good 3 minutes of menus to get at where you are. And it fucking pisses me off.
That is shitty.
Isn't that not shitty?
No, they gotta fix that, man.
Yeah.
What if you would write them?
My mother, I mean, I don't know if she actually did. She said she did.
Yeah, just
When
get an
she
answer.
she called them and she said, and they said that, oh, we're working on everything.
Oh, okay.
That's what they said. I
That
mean,
could be true, right?
But, okay, I had it a whole year before anybody else can have it. Like, unless you had Bell, like Crave TV.
Right.
You would think that they would fix that before they released it to the public. Because if I was on a computer and that happened all the time, I'd be pissed. Like, if you're watching 10 different shows, man, like, it fucks you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Is it worth the $10? Maybe, if you want to see classic shows.
Have they
That's all it is.
Have they rose the price of Netflix yet? I don't pay
not
for it.
that I know of. I think it's the same. Like they rose it like last year
To
or whatever.
what? 9? Is it 9?
I think it's like $10 or $11 now for 3 systems or something like that.
Oh shit.
Like 3 playing at a time.
I remember at the beginning of Netflix, they were encouraging people to share their passwords and
Yeah.
stuff just to get it out there, I think.
Yeah, they were smart. Now they fucking completely fuck you.
Yeah, now that you're hooked.
Now that if you share it and you don't have a sharing plan, like it kicks people off. Like you'll have like if your mother-in-law and you are trying to watch at the same time only on say 3 things and there's 4 being used, you're gonna fight each other. Like you're both gonna get kicked out and keep trying to get on and off. And they'll only let a certain amount on. So
What would it say if that ever happened?
it says too many devices or something like that.
Okay, I didn't have that yet.
It comes up error or something. Maybe you guys are grandfathered into a different one.
They
but
did say that. They did say anyone currently, you can keep it for a while, and then
eventually it'll
yeah.
go up. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, and back to the pricing. I know they have a standard def one, and then an HD version. So like you
Really?
can pay like $1 or maybe $2 cheaper to get only standard def streaming.
Okay.
Which who the fuck's gonna do that?
Tell me this.
Like who's gonna want standard def? Seriously.
My TV's a 1080 whatever. I have never got it to show 1080. I'm sure I'm just missing a cord.
Right.
But why? Like, is the HDMI cord from the Xbox One to the TV, wouldn't that make it that? But it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Do you go in the settings of the Xbox? and
No,
Make sure?
I don't know how to do that.
Just go in your settings somewhere and you should be able to.
But do I have to go into the settings of the TV? Because it's an
No.
old TV.
If it's a 1080p TV, no.
But it's
Maybe
older.
it's not 1080p.
It says right on it.
If it says 1080p on it, then it should be able to do it, and it's probably your Xbox that's not doing it.
Okay, I'll try that. Because I've never played high def anything. Or
Well,
seen it even on
If
my
you're
phone.
plugged in through HDMI, you're like better than standard def. Like when I was down there, it was definitely something. It
Right.
wasn't standard def when I was looking at the game.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
Maybe it was 1080i and not 1080p.
Maybe it is 1080i. It might be 1080i.
Could be 1080i.
Okay.
Which is still pretty good. Like it's good.
Yeah, it's old TV. I've had
Just
it like 10
interlaced.
years, man.
Yeah. If it was expensive when you bought it, I'd say it's probably 1080i.
It was.
Maybe 1080p. It's possible. Like
I'll look at it.
2006.
There's still a sticker on it.
I think I bought mine right before I went. Yeah, about 2006. My first TV, and it was a 1080i TV, and I spent like $1,600, and it was
Yeah.
a 32 inch.
Yeah, that's what I spent.
Yeah, it wasn't 1080p, but I didn't care at the time.
What was it? 4 something? Is that a thing?
No, it was like 1080i.
Oh, I don't know what the difference between the.
One's interlaced, so it's like a TV's made up of different. Like interlaced footage is made up of every other line is a different piece of footage, and it just flashes 30 frames per second. So on 1 second, it's like 30 odds, and then on the next second, it's 30 evens, and that's how interlace happens. And then progressive is just all of it at one time. So 1 second is 30 frames, if that makes sense. I'm not really good at explaining shit. But it's a smoother picture. So if you ever see footage and it has those lines of like people moving around and they look kind of funny, like they're melting into the picture and they're like black lines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's interlace footage.
Okay.
It was more of a standard def thing. Nothing really is filmed and interlaced anymore. So anything new, that doesn't really affect anything anymore.
All right. Yeah, because I didn't know that P, A, and I. I'll have to look.
Yeah. But it could be 720p.
Would that be better than I? 1080i?
Nah, maybe. Depends. Like, it all depends. Like, 720p is still good. And then 420p is still better than tube TV,
Yeah.
right?
What's this 4K shit then? What's all this about?
That's like 4 times the size of 1080p.
So it's just see
Way
every
bigger.
fucking pore in a guy's face?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be 8K soon.
It's too much, man.
That's
Too
what I say,
real.
man. That's what I say. But that's the way it's going. Like, I would say in a couple years, I'm going to have to probably buy all 4K shit, which is only just like a body.
Damn.
But now I just don't give a fuck. I still do 1080p when I do shit.
When I go to other people's houses and I see their TV, I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't look like I look. You know what? When it's that clear, I know the actors are acting. Like for some reason, I can't
Bugs
get
you?
in it. Yeah, like it's too clear that I know. Hey, there's Leonardo DiCaprio. It's not an actor. It's like there he is. Like,
Well, there's a problem which happens, and it's called smooth motion on TVs. And what it does is it tries to make the footage seem more real, and it kind of has like a soap opera effect. And it makes it like it scans the actors and like pops them out more from the background. It looks fake. Like
that's
you
what I'm
see it.
talking about.
Yeah, you can turn that off. I know I hate that.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like
bullshit.
it looks like every movie. You just nailed it on the head, man.
Yeah.
It makes a movie look like it's a soap opera.
Yeah, and you can turn the settings off for that, and it's actually making new frames to make it look smoother. And because our brains, our whole life of 24 frames per second is standard for film, so that's what our brains think is real. And now the companies are, so that's what's normal to us when we see it. All that motion blur from 24 frames per second is normal. Now when they try to make 70 frames per second with this smooth motion shit, our brains are like, something's off, and you can't think of what it is. And that's exactly what it is. It's they're fucking with you.
Yeah.
You can turn that off. So when you see a TV like that, just search soap opera effect, name of the TV, and you can get it off.
Oh, cool, man.
There's a way to turn it off.
I don't need it now, but one day.
Yeah, I know. Like my mother-in-law, she had that problem, and they got used to it. And for the longest time, everybody's like, anybody seen the new TV would be like, something's wrong with the TV.
Yes.
And for the longest time, I would sit there and I would watch it because I was living there right before Lexi was born, and then finally figured it out. And I turned off the setting, and everybody's like, oh, that's much better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's you figuring that shit out, man.
Smooth motion, motherfuckers. Turn that off. Unless you like it. You can like it if you want, but
You're watching
like I
soap
said, your
operas.
brain is formatted for 24 frames per second. So that's why it looks funny, and it will never go away unless everybody does it for 10 years.
That's pretty crazy. 24 frames a second.
Yeah.
Second's pretty fast.
Yeah. True that.
No.
Oh, shit, man. Now you got to talk to me a little bit more
That's
longer
okay.
with my jargon.
What's that?
Oh, my jargon.
Do you have jargons?
Yeah. Technical terms.
What
People
else do
listening
I
at
need to know?
Well, if you put a weight on the end of your penis, you can get your foreskin back.
That is true.
Yeah.
As far as TVs goes, man, you got to tell me how to get it so the fucking talking isn't like whispers.
Yeah.
And everything else 100 million loud.
Yeah.
That's,
2 ways to do that.
That's number 2.
Headphones. And the second one is surround sound set up properly.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, and then other than that, you're fucked, my friend.
All right. I'll accept that.
Nothing you can do. That's just how they're mixed.
That's
Movies
horrible.
are mixed to be, and TV shows now are mixed for surround sound, movie theaters.
Oh, what I love about video games, you press the setting, you can do the FX, the fucking volume,
Bring
the
it down.
speech, everything. You control completely.
Yeah.
That's great.
Much better.
And I do that more than I watch videos. So.
I mean, maybe in Blu-ray you could, but I don't think you can.
You got surround sound?
Nah.
Me neither.
Yeah. I have surround sound headphones
Do you ever wear them?
when I'm gaming,
Oh, yeah? Cool.
but
I got a buddy
That's
that
it.
swears by that. He says you can you can even pin, like if the footsteps are behind you
yeah.
and in front of you. Like, how the fuck does it do that? Or is
Yeah.
he making that up? I don't know.
No, for sure, it can happen. Like, when you have those set up surround sound styles, true surround sound headphones, you can definitely tell somebody behind you, in front of you, to
That
the left
is
and right.
wild.
Where are bullets coming from if you hear, like if somebody shoots on the other side of the map. Yeah, it's cool. You get used to it.
Picture that with those virtual goggle things.
I know. It's
You're
crazy.
there, man.
Yeah.
You're there.
Maybe we're already there. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we're already sucked into these things.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. If that's gonna happen, like when the sex is legit in it, then it's just a matter of time for everything else to catch up.
Did you see that picture on Facebook Reddit of Mark Zuckerberg or whatever walking down the aisle and all those dudes
Yeah.
are in? That's creepy, eh?
Isn't that cool?
It's cool, but it's like, yeah, that's the future. Right there.
That's the future, my man.
Yeah.
And that motherfucker's a big part of it.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. And then Kanye, did you hear about Kanye asking him for money?
What did he say? Something.
Well, Kanye owes a bunch of money to the IRS, like millions, okay?
I can
Or
relate.
I don't know who, somebody in the States he owes money to, and he asked Mark Zuckerberg for like the money through Twitter, and Zuckerberg's response was, "You asked the person who invented Facebook for money using Twitter."
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I never
and
thought
that
of
was it. That's all he answered him with. Like, are you stupid?
Oh my god! Why didn't they ask Twitter guy? Is there a Twitter guy?
I don't think he has as much money as Zuckerberg.
Right.
Zuckerberg is billions, right?
Yeah.
He's worth.
That's funny. Never even
1.5
thought of that.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
I'm
The
sure.
guy's a zinger. I wonder if he has writers with him all the time that read his shit, and they're like, "Oh, this is what we like. If we want to go serious, we can go this way. Like,
Yeah.
send him a memo.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go funny, we can say this. Let's go with the comedy."
Yeah, because it gets the job done, and
Yeah.
you don't look like an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, what did he actually suspect that he was just gonna give money? Like,
Who
maybe.
knows, man?
I guess maybe if he's a big fan,
Yeah,
like Zuckerberg has lots of money, but
but you telling me between the Kardashians, his wife, and everyone, he can't come up with? I think it was 35 million he asked for. Right?
is that how much he owes?
Yeah, like I don't know. To me, that's an unobtainable amount of money. But for him, couldn't you just do a
Sure.
tour or something?
Make another sex tape with your
Yeah.
wife, man.
Yeah.
Or,
One up
well,
that
not
guy.
him, but yeah. He's probably scared. He's like, man, Ray J's cock is
Yeah,
way bigger than mine. I
that's
can't
the
make a
thing.
sex tape. It's like the worst sex tape ever.
Yeah, I know. It's better than fucking Paris Hilton's.
Yeah, but with like she's like laying down with just her ass there and her legs closed, and he like sticks it in, and that's it.
Yeah.
The end.
Does he
everybody.
put it in her ass?
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
All
Right
right.
in that slit. All right, everybody. All right, we're back. Oh, a new thingamajig in the tree?
That fucking okay. There's a pine tree here, and it goes probably, I'd say, what's that, 40 feet?
Yeah.
And at the top of it, there's another tree. It would appear like a fern, no, like a hedge,
Yeah.
growing 40 feet up in the tree, of a different species.
Yeah.
Or it's camouflaged, something. I don't know.
Right. Like something in there.
Let's get up there.
Yeah, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. I'm not gonna lie.
Even
Getting
like
up there is tough.
like we've all been in, like, you probably grew up around trees, right? And me too. And I've been in the bush camping thousands of times. I've never seen anything like that. So even like a arborist or something, they would probably take, like, if you showed them that, they'd be like, oh fuck, they'd study it or something.
Yeah, maybe. We should take a picture and send it to somebody.
I think,
Tweet it at them.
yeah, a seed must have landed in like a nook of like a
Like a
branch,
nest of
right?
shit?
And then took root, and like somehow its roots, like,
Attached
yeah,
to the
that
root
happens.
to the tree.
Grafting. People
Sure.
do that all the time.
Right.
And now here we have a super spruce.
I like to think it's a sniper in there at all times.
Yeah.
Or like a Gatling gun covered
Thanks,
by
Obama.
shit. Yeah. Obama.
Everything's that.
Yeah, everything's the president of the United States' fault.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was sitting at Tim Hortons, like I do when I
Today?
wait for you.
All right.
And this cop comes in, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm looking at this cop, and he's wearing like the vest and the gun and then the taser in the front. At least I assume it was a taser in the front of his chest.
Okay.
And the pants he had on were like fucking 1980 stonewashed fucking jeans, okay?
Oh, you know what they're doing?
And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
You know what they're doing?
What are they doing?
I'll tell you right now. They did it in France, and all the people were. I don't know what they're doing, but I've heard of this before. You know how the city's having a work to rule right now?
Right.
The last time the police did that in some country, a work to rule to protest something, they all wore fucked up pants, like leopard print and like everything. I guess that guy was just like,
Just to show their support?
Right.
Right.
That must be what's happening.
Oh, okay. I couldn't believe it. I was looking at him, and I'm looking at everybody else who's like interacting with him, and nobody seems to notice. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I'm watching this guy, and then I watch him go out and get into his like K9 or whatever, like the big SUV kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, and obviously his partner must have been watching me stare at him because I was like right in front of it. And I'm just like staring at this cop the whole time.
It could be that, or he shit himself.
Yeah, maybe, eh? Maybe he forgot to do laundry and that was it. Just straight up. Like, I don't think anybody will notice.
Yeah, I've heard of it before. That's funny. If that's what it is, then you got yourself a fucking serious pro-union guy there.
Yeah. Actually, I took a picture and tweeted it at Toronto police and be like, what's up with your fucking officers in this town?
Wearing 80s stonewashed jeans.
Yeah.
Were they?
Like,
how light were they? Could they pass for like navy blue, or were they just like straight?
No. They like, you know how usually the same color, like their vest is the same color as their pants and like mostly the clothes. I don't know about their shirts, but usually the pants are the same color as like that vest they wear. At least what I've noticed.
Of course.
And yeah, no, it was like clear. It was like opposite colors.
Yeah, he was making a steam.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's fired.
The funniest one I ever saw was two guys wearing skin-tight leopard print leotards, but with the full uniform outside of that.
Yeah.
That was priceless.
Yeah, that would be fun to see. That would be trippy. Like, you'd freak out. Like, what the hell's going on?
Do I have to take you seriously?
Yeah.
Do you really have the authority to write me a ticket in those pants?
Is that a real badge?
Yeah.
Or is that like the cavity fighting community badge?
You know, that could probably be a real thing. Like, if some guy resisted arrest and then he was getting charged with all kinds of stuff, I bet he could fight it and say, the guy was wearing fucking leopard pants. He obviously wasn't a real cop.
Yeah, because you're not going to get a look at the badge or anything, right?
No.
You're not going to look at that shit.
That would be an interesting court case.
Yeah. Okay, so do you always have to wear a badge? Like, okay, like sometimes they have it on their chest or whatever, like built into their fucking chesty thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, you know, you see Denzel Washington wearing it around a gold chain.
Detectives wear it around gold chains because they're not in uniform and they have to be able to say, hey, I'm a cop, right?
Right. They don't have to show it out all the time.
No, never.
Okay.
But he has it there on purpose because he, like, you know, like how, like if he ever needs to quickly identify himself, he can.
He can pull it out.
Yeah, but the guy that has it in his wallet, you fucking know he's a cop because he's wearing a uniform.
What he's wearing. Right.
But he will. I don't think it's in the movies. Like, have you ever seen a cop actually flash his badge to somebody? Like
only detectives.
Yeah.
And like FBI agents and shit when they're identifying themselves, like you said.
That's right. That's all it is.
Or if you're like a gangster police officer,
yeah,
like Denzel Washington in Training Day.
If you like to wet your whistle.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. That's a good movie, man. Go check it out again. People listening at home if you haven't watched it in a while. Or if you've never seen it. Training Day. He won an Academy Award. Well deserved.
If you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's great. Ethan Hawke, the man.
Lately?
Ethan Hawke is a fucking great actor. I don't know if people consider him a great actor, but the guy is phenomenal, man. Every movie that I've seen him in, maybe excluding one or two, he's been great. Even like romance movies. Like the ones where like Midnight in Paris or some shit, or Midnight somewhere.
I don't know that.
He was good in there. Yeah, it was like a trilogy by the guy who did Boyhood. But yeah, he did great movies. Like I watched this one, like in October. I usually watch horror movies, 31 horror movies in 31 days.
Hell yeah, I'm doing it next time too.
Do it. And there was one that I watched. It's called Sinister. Great movie.
What's it?
He finds like these old 8mm films in his attic, and then he starts watching them, and it's like these real life murders that happen, and he's like trying to solve them and what happened, and it turns out it was like this fucking ghostly, like he thinks it's like this ghost thing that they're they're worshiping. The people are worshiping. So that's the guy that he thinks, like he sees a little clip of him in each one.
Okay.
So he starts piecing it together, and then obviously it comes to the conclusion, end of the movie, it's over. So
if I were to guess,
yeah,
it's him.
No, it's not him.
Okay, all right.
No.
I figured like that's like it's so cliche now.
Yeah. No, well he was okay, more backstory. He was like he wrote a book, like a true crime book, solving the murder of like some unsolved murder.
All right.
So he was like, and then he tried to write other books, but he was considered this one-hit wonder.
Oh.
And he was cool because he solved this like unsolvable murder, right? So everybody liked him. But you know, it really affected him. And this was like, he's trying to solve these murders to make another great story that he did the first time. So he was chasing that past glory.
All right,
So
I'll check it out.
it's a pretty good movie. Like it's a good horror movie. It's freaky, and you know it's got some good development of characters, which movies should have.
That's what it's about.
So, anyways, 360, Ethan Hawke, baby, awesome. Check him out in Training Day.
Also, have you seen the movie Attica?
Attica, yes. No, actually, no, I haven't.
That's a good one too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke in that one?
I know. I think it's either Ethan Hawke or Christian Bale. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's one of those two. But I only remember because one of the guys was giving I think it might be Ethan Hawke. I don't know. He was giving an interview. He's like, "What's the strangest thing that's ever happened to you?" And he's like, "That's an old movie, like 80s, right, or something." And he's like, some reason he got to meet the president, Bill Clinton at the time, and he walked over to him and was like, hey, I like your movie and all this. And he thought he was talking about the recent one he just did. And then Bill Clinton was like, no, Attica. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, shit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a great movie. You should see that one.
I don't even know what it's about.
It's a futuristic world where DNA changing takes over everything. And this, like, you live in a world where if you don't have pre-wired DNA, like to be a perfect super guy, but it's not like everyone looks the same. Like, we wouldn't know that you had your genes modified so you could be a fast swimmer. Like, we won't know. We still look the same, right?
Okay.
But they just consider if you weren't made in the lab like that, then you probably have like a flaw or something, right? So you can't be the guy who goes on the space program and you can't do anything,
right.
But this guy can compete with the best of them, and like his brother was engineered and he wasn't.
Right.
But he always lied and said that he was, so he could get all the way up, right? So at the end of his shift, he has to use a vacuum to like suck up all his skin particles off the keyboard and shit, because at the end of the night, people go around collecting skin samples and testing them to make sure there's no homebred people among them.
Right.
And I won't ruin the ending, but it's a great movie, man.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, check that out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that on Netflix?
No,
it's a classic. But
Yeah.
last time we talked about a movie like this was that Fire one, and then it turned out on Netflix.
What Fire one?
The Quest for Fire with the
Oh
caveman.
shit, yeah,
It
I
shit
watched
turned
that.
out- yeah, it turned out on fucking Netflix right after we talked about it. It was
I
awesome.
love that one.
Yeah. Still haven't watched it yet. Sorry.
You probably wouldn't like it unless you're into that caveman-y shit.
Sure. I love
Oh,
movies.
okay.
I watch all movies.
Yeah.
I was watching today, man. I was like, because I'm a little bitch with movies. And have you ever seen the movie Captain Phillips?
Yeah.
That ending scene, like, there's so many times I've tried to watch it. It's pretty big on YouTube and shit. Like, you see it popping around all the time. Like, Tom Hanks, phenomenal actor. The very end of that movie, you know
I
what scene
can't
I'm talking
remember.
about?
No.
Well, when, like, okay, spoiler everybody, but the movie's about pirates, Somalian pirates taking over this guy's fucking ship, and then he's getting rescued. Okay.
Right.
So at the very end, like, he's rescued and he's getting looked at by like paramedics and shit, and he's like going into shock, and then they're like, yeah, you know, just saying like, oh, you're gonna be all right. And they're asking how he got his wounds and shit, and he's like going in shock and he's like crying, and it's like this real emotional scene. And every time I try to watch it, I dare everybody at home, anybody listening, try to watch that scene without fucking tearing up.
Okay,
I swear
cool.
to God, it's phenomenal. It's like acting at its best.
All right, man.
Phenomenal. So anyways, I was watching that today, and I remember watching it before, tears all the time.
Really?
And I was like, I'm gonna fucking get through it this time with no tears. Couldn't do it.
What
I
I don't
watched it
remember
3
being that
times.
powerful. What happens?
He
Just
gets
that?
rescued,
Like-
and then that scene happens. Yeah, he breaks down.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
All right.
Just phenomenal.
I'll check it out.
Everybody at home watching, just YouTube it. Captain Phillips ending scene. All right. Spectacular.
Did you see that joke they were saying about that one guy who filmed Taken either 2 or 3, and in a 3-second clip, literally, of Liam Neeson jumping over a fence, it cuts to 7 different camera angles
Really? Eh?
in the 3 seconds, and it's just people are like,
Wow.
"What the fuck?"
yeah.
Yeah,
That's too bad because that first one was pretty good.
Yeah, like why would you, as a director, think that's necessary?
It must have been somebody else. The same. I don't know. Maybe the same director did all 3 of them,
You
or
watched
the
that
first
part.
2.
And be like, "What? Why?"
Yeah. Any person who would make the first Taken, I can't see them being like, let's do it again and again.
Yeah,
It's got to be a studio like, do it again.
we made
Ching,
money
ching.
last time.
Yeah. They probably made money on all 3 of them. I don't know
Oh, of course.
like what the actual statistics are, but I imagine they probably did. People went and probably saw them. They definitely saw the second one because they made a 3rd one.
Yeah, of course. I saw the second one personally.
And
It wasn't bad.
yeah,
Like it's so fucking far fetched and like nonsensical. But at the same time, if you like that sort of thing, I guess you'd consider it entertaining.
yeah, right. And I mean, it was the same premise, but it was like his wife or something, his ex-wife.
That's the
right. That got
third.
taken. Oh, that's the 3rd one.
Yeah,
And what's the second one? Who gets taken in the
his
second one?
daughter again.
Again?
Yeah, and that's what he said. He's like, I'm not doing the 3rd one if it's my daughter again. That's just
Oh, is that what
irresponsible parenting.
Oh yeah.
And then they're
yeah,
like, okay, it's your wife now.
Right. So what is it? The second one is about the same people trying to get revenge or some shit?
He, the father of the guy. Actually, it's pretty good, man. You should see it. Like the father of the main boss that he killed in the last one, it like vows revenge. So they
Right.
go and get his daughter again. They're like, you killed my son. I'm gonna fucking get you.
Rape
know?
you.
And then he goes and like saves his daughter again and all this stuff. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he gives like the last bad guy a chance. He's like, listen, I know your son's dead. I know you want to kill me, and I could kill you right now, but I'm not going to. And he like has him the gun, but he doesn't know it's not loaded or something. And sure enough, the bad guy tries to kill him, even though he gives like a really good speech as to just let it go.
Right.
And then he just turns around and fucking blasts.
He lets him go, and then the guy tries to kill him. Wow.
Because it's like, yeah, I did kill your son. I can relate to why you're so angry. But listen, it's over. Your son deserved it.
Yeah.
But
he fucked with my daughter.
Yeah.
And a whole other lot of people's daughters.
And in Taken 3, it isn't actually someone taken. Someone kills his wife.
Oh, that's what happens.
That's what's up.
So it's not even taken.
Taken from him.
Why, they get back together? I thought she was like married to some other guy in the first one.
Yeah, they get back together, I think, in part 2 or something.
Oh yeah? You saved our daughter twice. Let's get back together. I've always loved your big ass penis. They say he has a huge hog.
No way.
Liam Neeson's supposed to be like the hugest hog ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you, Neeson.
Like 17 inches.
And now he gets to use it because his wife passed away.
Yeah, that's right. He gets back out in the world of women.
He'd probably rather have his wife though.
Yeah, wasn't that Fenty or the girl that was Jean Grey from X-Men? Wasn't that his wife?
It was like a thing where
she's a babe.
She finished her ski run, right? It was like at the bottom of the hill. And then she fucking like fell over and bumped her head on a rock. And they like didn't realize how serious it was. And then
you mean his actual wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I meant in the movies.
No, it's real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's it. Man.
She bumped her head at the bottom of the ski hill.
Yeah, apparently she's like done the run, and then fell over, hit her head on a rock by accident or something, obviously.
Right.
And
it's like there's fucking brains and shit on it.
Yeah.
Her head's like smashed in multiple spots. I don't know. She just fell.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson's like holding it.
Yeah.
She just fell onto this rock in my head. No, that's not funny. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't. No, whatever, man.
Yeah, I didn't know his actual wife was dead.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I didn't know.
Recent, like not too recent. Like not too far away.
A month ago?
No, like a year.
A year ago? Yeah. And that's why he did Taken 3? He's like, my wife's dead, so I can relate.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I can put my acting hat on.
Hey, we're going to kill your wife in this. Is that okay? No.
Remember he was in Gangs in New York?
Who?
He was the star? Liam Neeson? He was the dad.
Oh, yeah. The priest.
He's badass in that shit, too, man.
I love that movie. I've been wanting to rewatch it for days. I've been talking to Jessica about watching it.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
That's weird that I bring that shit up.
See?
Shit, man. We hang out too much. Our minds start linking up.
We're cycling, too. Our periods are the same.
Same periods. Same ass periods.
We're grumpy at the same time. So.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, man. That's a great movie. And what's his face? Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh,
God. What a performance that
guy,
is,
man.
right?
Love that guy.
Remember him in My Left Foot?
Never seen it.
No? He plays like a handicapped guy?
Really?
Yeah. There was just a scene, I watched it. Some dude put together like all his favorite, what he thinks are the best acting performances on YouTube, and there's 6 volumes or some shit, and they're like 15 minutes long, and that was one of them. And I was just like, man, this guy acted like this for 2 years.
Yeah.
Because he's a method actor, right? He always acts like that when he's in a movie. It doesn't go out of character. And it's like, imagine acting like that for 2 years.
I love it. Reading about when he was playing the Butcher, literally, no one was allowed to call him anything but the Butcher.
Yeah.
And all this shit. That's cool.
Even when he was Lincoln.
I've never seen that yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any good or not. Probably good. Spielberg, can't go wrong.
Cool.
And Daniel Day-Lewis. But imagine yo, Lincoln, you got a phone call from your wife. What is this phone call?
Yeah. A what?
What does this mean?
What other kind of actors are there? I've heard there's another type, right? Where they lose weight and gain weight. Is that a thing or is that the same thing, Meth?
Yeah, that's the same kind of thing. That's almost like normal acting. They'll ask you to do certain oh, this is a skinny guy. You know, he's got an eating disorder. Well, he wouldn't be buff like me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, another good one is Machinist. You see that shit?
No.
All right, this is how fucking people at home listening. I don't know if you guys might already know this shit, so just suffer through it. D-Man doesn't know it. Christian Bale, he lost 90 pounds.
I seen the pictures.
80 pounds. Yeah, you seen the pictures. He probably would have died. The doctor said. He said, "Don't lose any more." Skeletor, literally Skeletor. If you haven't seen the pictures, search it. And then right after, he gained fucking, I don't know, 100 pounds in muscle and played Batman like months after the ending of that movie.
That can't be healthy.
Yeah, he obviously he hasn't done it since, but
Yeah. How good was he in that Skinny movie?
oh, he's awesome. That's a great movie.
You know, I think that's the movie that the Weeknd guy is getting sued for. Do you hear about that?
No, I didn't know.
You know that song, The Hills Have Eyes?
Sure.
Whatever.
Sing it.
It's how's it go? I only call you when it's 5:30. It's really popular, man.
Right, like right now?
Like right now.
Okay.
It's like all over every station.
Okay.
The whole background apparently is stolen from that movie, and
Like the premise of it?
like the whole background sound through the whole song is
Is the score from the movie?
yeah, something like that. And it's the stupidest part is I could be talking about a different movie called Machines or whatever. I might be
Okay.
talking about
But
different
they
movie.
stole a whole score from a movie.
Yeah, and the stupidest part is the producer is like really loved the movie, so he types to the fucking guy, the sound guy or whatever, hey, I just sampled your thing, I love it, man, keep up the good
Oh,
work.
right. Okay,
And then
I
the
see.
guy's like, I'll have my money now, please,
Yeah, right.
because it's in a tweet, right? So there's obvious guilt.
Oh, so he sampled a certain part of it and
Right,
used it.
yeah.
Right. Without permission or paying them.
Yeah, and now he's getting sued.
That's how a lot of fucking famous songs lose all their money.
Yeah,
Like, remember the Verve?
well, I've
Bittersweet
heard of it.
Symphony? It's a
Oh,
bittersweet.
yeah.
Totally ripped off the beat, the melody, or whatever it is. The riff, I don't know. I don't know much about music, but from the Rolling Stones. I forget the name of the Stones song. But all the money, they fucking had to give it all to the Rolling Stones. And it was like their biggest hit.
Did they ever have anything else?
They still made fairly good music, but nothing as big as Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh, okay. You think the Rolling Stones would have been like, fuck,
Nah, you
talk
don't
about
get like that by being okay, being nice to people.
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, everyone wants their piece of the pie, I guess.
Like maybe if they came up to them and asked them, I bet you if they came up to them and asked them and said, yeah, we're big fans, maybe the Rolling Stones would have cut them a deal.
Yes.
And they still would have made lots of money. Like they showed them the song and said, this is what we were thinking. Then the Rolling Stones are like, this is pretty dope. All right. You know, sure. Just make sure it's in the credits.
Right.
But nah, we'll just rip it off and, you know, it's not going to be that big of a hit.
Yeah.
Fucking all over the world.
Oh, well.
Imagine being that artist and just like turning on the radio one day and like, God damn it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Call my lawyer.
Yeah, right now.
That's
Mick
happening
Jagger.
with a Bieber song and some kids in India or something.
Bieber ripped them off?
Yeah, but I think he had permission or something, and they or
They
something.
still going after him?
No, they're not going after. Like, but they showed up. They said, "Hey, we want you kids to hear something or something," and they showed up with a camera crew and like let them turn on the radio for like the first time when they knew it was going to be played. And just the reaction on the kids' faces when they hear their music, like on such a mainstream situation,
Right,
they're
right,
like
right.
just ecstatic, right?
Yeah, super happy.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, yeah.
But I don't know what happens after that. Maybe they do end up suing the guy. I don't know.
No, well, if they're happy, he's got permission.
Right.
He wouldn't have just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't have just stole it. Like,
Right.
Once a thief, always a thief. So that shit comes out. You usually hear about when it's popular musicians. I can't see Bieber being a thief.
He doesn't need to be, man. The money's
No.
there.
Unless he has, like, you know, whoever his producers are making the music as a thief, you know?
I
They
listen-
just steal
yeah.
samples.
That's
Because a
the
lot of times
problem.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
What's
They are
going
doing
on with Kesha?
That's a lot of people it's starting to get some wheels, man.
Yeah. What happened there?
Other
I don't
people
know.
are donating. I don't know if it was Adele or someone gave her like $250,000 because obviously she can't make money, right?
Right. Why? What happened?
Okay, her producer, she claims, drugged and raped her.
Dr. Something.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
And she
What
wants
did he do?
apparently drugged and raped her.
Okay.
And,
Multiple times or
I just think
just
the
one time?
But she wants out of the contract. They won't let her. The contract is so tight, like she can't even like pull a Prince and like change her name and do stuff. Like she is fucked. They
Right.
won't produce her music and really
She can't
help
make
her,
anything
and
else.
she can't make it with anyone else. And they won't release her, and so she's just
So
going.
did it say how much is left on the contract? Like how
Oh,
many more
yeah,
albums
like
or
7
something?
more albums.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would just make like one song for each album and just like change the beat. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's probably like a
Yeah,
limit
of
of
course.
songs and shit. Come on, there's got to be some lawyers that get you out of that.
And they say, well, why don't you? So his defense was, okay, you come to Sony or whatever it is, and you make the 7 things, and I won't have anything to do with it. There's 100 producers in this firm.
Yeah.
You don't need me.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck you. I know you won't promote me like you will your other artists because of all this shit. So just let me go.
Isn't she like a famous enough person to...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess she's not making any money.
No, the other people are like helping her now.
Right.
Like all these
Buy out her
different
contract
people.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or win in court.
Just court fees.
You think she just made that up? Crying wolf to get out of it?
I don't know.
Is there
man.
any other people that said he raped them?
I think the couple other ones have said there was some like shit like
drugs.
That. Yeah. It's like a Bill Cosby thing.
It's a Bill Cosby thing. That's funny. If it didn't happen, that's funny.
Yeah, the guy denies it. And she hasn't
Of course he does.
She hasn't sued him for it though yet, eh?
Right.
Like she just accused him of it.
Right.
So there's no.
They don't really talk about that. I thought that was what was going on. I didn't know she's getting out of a contract. I didn't really read it because I don't really care who she is. I mean, it's interesting, but it's a lot to read. Like, I Googled it, and I was like, fuck, man. This doesn't explain anything in this first Google page I clicked on. I'm out of here.
Everything is just her wanting out of this contract.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, you're slightly famous, and to get famous, you had to sign this contract.
And you had to fuck this guy, obviously.
Yeah, whatever you did. I don't know. Is she like a platinum selling artist? Like, or is she
I think
just
so.
Yeah?
She was getting huge for a while there.
So, like, I know she had a TV show and shit.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Apparently, she's just all the like, you know, she acts goofy and stuff. Apparently, she's really, really smart. Like, it's just an act
Like
like
that
how
Conroy
Jessica
girl?
Simpson and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's what the public likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like if you search her on her TV show, she drinks her own piss in the back of a car one time.
Why?
I don't know. Be funny.
Okay. I don't see what's so funny about that.
I don't see anything. I mean, if you don't see her fucking piss come out of her vagina.
So it could have been anything else.
It was like clear liquid. But she said it was pee, and she's like, I'm gonna try it. Because I guess they were on like a road trip, and they didn't want to stop so she could piss.
And
So
decided
they
to have
gave her
a
a bucket.
sip?
I guess so. It'd be funny on the show.
Nah.
See?
That's gross.
Yeah. So she does that. She could be lying about the rape.
Yep. A piss drinker. It does raise suspicions.
Yeah.
Bear Grylls, rapist.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. That's not cool to say.
No.
But she did drink her own pee. Google that shit.
I will watch it.
Yeah, check it out. It's weird.
Sigh, unzips pants.
Tuggy.
Drink that pee.
Tuggy. What you doing, man? You going in the ditch? We
This
can
is
finish
a
this
goddamn-
cast for an hour.
Who?
I said we'll finish this cast for an hour
Yeah.
before the fucking
Tow
tow
man.
truck comes. Takes us home. Voice of an angel, baby.
Yep. I'm not just some guy.
So
that was beautiful.
So like back to her, they're just like they're giving her money to fight the legal fees.
Yeah, like
because
she
she has no
can't
money
make money right now.
because they won't pay her.
And the
girls.
other girls kind of know this guy is like that.
He's
They're
creepy.
kind of stepping by her side.
What's his name? Dr. Love or something?
Yeah.
I know it's Doctor something.
Yeah, it's something weird. Like
Dr. Pop.
No.
Dr. Roofies.
Love seems like the closest one we've come
Dr.
to so far. I
Love.
don't think it's that.
Nah, I don't think it's that yet. Well, you know, if it really happened and that happened, you think that she'd do other stuff and say other stuff to, you know, fucking get him found out, put in jail. Maybe she'll get out of her contract that way.
Well, see what these guys do, right? It's like you take a girl, she's your friend, like she trusts you. She's coming to your house, you're doing whatever. You probably figure, hey, I'm gonna give this chick a couple drinks and then we're gonna bang, like consensually, like not get her hammered, but like, you know, you get loose, your inhibitions go, and you have sex. Well, when it doesn't work, the fucking loser ends up putting a pill in it, and then,
Right.
you know, then you're fucking it's rape, obviously. But
Right.
I mean,
But if you give them alcohol, it's considered rape now anyways.
oh, it is.
Yeah. It's
Well,
rape now. For
Oh,
real.
Well, what about me? I'm drunk too. What if I
Double
was
rape.
raped?
Then you're raped. If she's not drunk, you're raped. But if you're both drunk, it's double rape.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's fucking weird, man. Shit's weird. Even if you sign a contract and you're both drunk, it doesn't count. Seriously.
No, I believe that. You can't sign something when you're intoxicated.
Yeah, but it's rape, so no drinking and sex anymore, guys.
That's bad.
Yeah, so like if you're married and you
I don't
fuck
think-
your drunk wife, it's rape.
I don't think I've ever had sober sex growing up.
That's weird.
I was always hammered at a party or
Really?
something. Yeah.
What about with your girlfriend?
Yeah, of course. That.
That's sober sex then.
Yeah. But I mean.
Oh, you
fuck.
mean like encounters?
Anytime have you ever had a one night stand? Were you sober?
All the time.
You
I never
lie.
drank.
You lie.
Yeah, I was always sober, baby. I was always on cocaine, so the
Yeah,
cocaine
waved
takes
it
away
out.
all the booze. Does it count if you're fucked up on cocaine?
Does what count?
Like, is it considered rape if you're fucked on cocaine?
No, wouldn't that make you more alert?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But you're still fucked up, right? It's like a weird paradox.
It's quasi.
Yeah.
I always found it funny that alcohol is considered a performance-enhancing drug for those Olympic guys that do the skiing, then the shooting.
Right.
They test them for liquor.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Calms them.
Yeah.
Calms their nerves.
Yeah.
But what's to stop a doctor giving them a note for Xanax because they have anxiety? That would calm them. And they'd probably be able to use that shit. My doctor says I got anxiety.
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
Have a steady hand.
I read about Adderall all the time. I'd like
Right.
to try it.
Yeah.
Seems like it could really get some work done.
Yeah. You just got to find a doctor who'll hook you up.
What would you say? Hey, I'm studying for a couple weeks. I get like 5 or fucking 6 pills. Is that a real thing?
I don't think you can do that. I think they'll tell you to fuck off.
Oh.
I think that's illegal to ask for that. You'd have to say stuff like something around those lines, but not like just give it to me. You know, like ask, like be like, oh, I got, you know, I'm trying to be a doctor and I'm working here and then my wife's pregnant and, you know, and then our other kid, I got to go home and fucking do this shit and I need the boost in energy. I don't have any energy.
Is that what
Something
it is?
like that.
Energy?
Yeah, I think like concentration. I guess you can. I think that's what it's for, or more like concentration, maybe.
Yeah, like you can get really focused on shit.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, it focuses you.
That's cool. That's great. That's like a wonder drug, man.
Yeah, but I think it's like bad for you. Fuck you
Oh,
up.
is it?
Yeah, like super bad for you.
Livers and stuff?
Yeah, they call it
Kid-
kitty coke.
Oh, so it's like...
So it's just like
it's
cocaine.
addicting?
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
Oh.
But if you can get it, and it's a what is it? A weight or what? Not a weight. Appetite suppressor.
No, that's good too.
So you can lose a bunch of weight too.
Is
you wouldn't
this
be
drug
hungry.
Jesus?
It could be Jesus, but I don't know. You'd have to find like a doctor. Maybe you have a doctor friend, and you can ask them how you go about getting it.
Well, other people are getting it.
Yeah, that's true.
Someone's getting it.
Yeah, but I would say those people had it when they were little, and then just carried on all the way. And then the other people who take them, like in university, find somebody who has it.
Right.
And the people that have it know, well, if I can keep getting it, I don't have to take it,
Yeah.
and I just sell it, make a killing.
What happens if you like crush it up and sniff it? Is that why they call it kiddie cocaine?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. I keep thinking of the drug Limitless in that movie. Like that's kind of what
Yeah.
it's like.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great drug, except for the whole dying.
He dies at the end?
No, the other ones die when they come off of it. That's the problem with it, is
Oh.
because once you start coming down, withdrawals from it, it kills you.
How did this guy do? I missed the ending. I
He
literally
found a big source, and then he put his brain together because he was so smart and made one without withdrawals. Or maybe he just had an endless supply or something. But I think he made one without withdrawals so he wouldn't die.
Oh, okay. And he outsmarts the Pacino guy or whoever's
De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, I should have saw that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. There's a TV show on it.
Minutes.
Like, they made a TV show, so it's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's it for this episode, guys. Bye-bye. All right, everybody, that is it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you very much for listening. As always, this episode was brought to you by www.ratherunique.ca. Go there, check out the media work. If you need anything done, message me through the site, info@ratherunique.ca. And I'll give you a quote. Mention the podcast, get 10% off that. Play with D-Man on Xbox Live. His gamer tag is TheGrinch54. Play with me, Chris Asteroid. Follow the show on Twitter @CarpoolingPod. Follow me on Twitter @Chris_Asteroid. If you're listening on iTunes, please subscribe, leave a 5-star rating or a 0-star, any kind of rating, doesn't matter. And leave a comment telling the world what you think of the show, good, bad, whatever. It would help out immensely. Thank you very much. On behalf of Derek P. and myself, Kristopher Lloyd, thank you very much for listening to the Carpooling Podcast, guys. Bye. All right, everybody, that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe to the channel so you can get updates when new episodes are released. Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Thanks, guys. Bye.